Okay, so we're going deep on something that could really make a difference down the road. Fixed indexed annuities.
Annuities, yeah.
Specifically the kind that comes with a guaranteed lifetime withdrawal benefit.
Yeah.
Retirement planning.
Yeah.
Making sure your money lasts as long as you do. That kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what we want. We want to make sure that you don't outlive your money. That's a big fear that a lot of people have. And I find that fixed index annuities can be a really good tool for some people. Not for everybody.
Right. And that's what we're going to dive into today.
Absolutely.
The ins and outs.
Yeah.
What this is all about.
Yeah.
A lot of people hear annuity and get a little intimidated.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, they remember their parents talking about annuities, and maybe it was, something that was a good tool 20 or 30 years ago, but, things have changed in the market. People are living longer, so we need to make sure that we're using the right tools for the job.
Right.
And that's what we're going to kind of flesh out today.
So when we talk about fixed indexed annuities, and specifically this lifetime withdrawal benefit, what exactly, for someone who's never heard of this before, what exactly are we talking about?
Yeah, so I think the easiest way to understand a fixed indexed annuity, and I tell this to clients all the time, is to think of it as a hybrid between a fixed annuity and a variable annuity, or just investing in the market. So it has the safety and the guarantees of a fixed annuity where your money is never at risk, but it also has the potential to grow based on the performance of an index, like the S&P 500.
So it's kind of like instead of riding the roller coaster directly.
Yeah, you're not in the market.
Your money is kind of linked to the performance.
Linked to it, exactly. So you don't have any downside risk, but you still get the potential for upside growth.
Okay.
And that's where the guaranteed lifetime withdrawal benefit comes in. It basically says that, hey, no matter what happens in the market, no matter how long you live, you're going to get a certain amount of income for the rest of your life.
So that's the guarantee.
That's the guarantee. That's where the peace of mind comes in.
Peace of mind. And especially as people are getting older, I've seen these stats about people living longer and longer.
Yeah, people are living a lot longer these days.
And they're worried about their money running out.
Oh, absolutely. It's a huge concern. And it's not just, for individuals.
Yeah.
I find that, for couples as well, they want to make sure that they can provide for each other.
Right.
Even if one of them passes away. And that's where I think this joint life option that you mentioned earlier is so important.
Right.
Because it guarantees that the income stream is going to continue for the surviving spouse.
So how does that work?
Yeah, so basically, when you set up the annuity, you have the option of adding a joint life rider. And what that does is it basically ensures that the income payments will continue even after the first person passes away. So it's kind of like a safety net.
So even if, let's say, you and your spouse are both living into your 90s,
yeah,
and you're both worried, well, what if one of us?
Exactly. What if one of us, what if I live longer? Or what if my spouse lives longer? We want to make sure that we're both taken care of.
Right.
And this joint life option does that. It provides that peace of mind.
So you're covered either way.
You're covered either way.
Okay.
And, I think it's important to note that the joint life option does usually come with a bit of a cost, so it's going to reduce the amount of income that you receive each year.
Right.
But for a lot of couples, it's worth it.
Right, because of that extra security.
Exactly, because you can't put a price on peace of mind, right?
Right.
And that's what this provides.
So, okay, let's say, we're thinking about this guaranteed lifetime withdrawal benefit.
Yeah.
And, I want to get that money. How does the timing of that work?
Yeah, so that's a great question. And I think the timing is actually a really important consideration, because it can have a significant impact on the amount of income that you receive.
Okay.
Just like Social Security, you can choose to defer your payments. And the longer you defer, the larger your guaranteed payout will be. So
is that kind of like, with Social Security, if you wait, until you're 70 instead of 65?
Exactly the same concept.
You get a bigger
payout. Yeah, and it's because, the insurance company is basically using that money that you're not taking.
Right.
And they're investing it, and they're letting it grow.
Right.
And so when you finally do start taking your income payments, that pot of money is bigger.
So it's like a reward for being patient.
It's a reward for being patient. Exactly.
Okay.
But of course, the downside is that you have to wait longer to get your money.
Right. And I imagine that's a tough decision for some people.
It is. It is. Some people need the money now.
Right.
Some people can afford to wait. It really depends on your individual circumstances.
Right.
And that's where working with a qualified financial advisor can be so helpful. They can help you run those numbers, and figure out what makes the most sense for you.
Let's say we decide to defer.
Yeah.
And then, unfortunately something happens.
Right.
What happens to that money in the annuity?
That's a really good question, and that's where the death benefit comes in. So if the annuity holder passes away before they've received all of their payments, the remaining balance is going to be paid out to their beneficiaries.
Okay.
So it's not like the money just disappears. It goes to your loved ones.
Okay, so it's protected that way.
Just protected. Yeah.
So, it really does seem like, with this fixed index annuity, with this guaranteed lifetime withdrawal benefit, you're kind of getting a lot of benefits from a lot of different angles.
I think so. I think, the safety, the security, the guarantees, the potential for growth, the tax benefit, it's a really comprehensive package.
You mentioned tax benefits.
Yeah, I think that's something that a lot of people overlook with annuities.
Okay.
But the fact is that your money grows tax deferred inside of an annuity.
Yeah.
So you don't pay taxes on those gains until you start taking the money out.
Okay.
And that can be a huge advantage, especially in retirement, when you might be in a lower tax bracket.
Right.
And the other thing that I think is really cool about fixed indexed annuities is that they can be used to satisfy RMDs.
RMD.
Yeah, required minimum distributions.
I don't even know what that stands for.
Yeah, required minimum distributions. So basically, once you reach a certain age, you're required to start taking withdrawals from your retirement accounts.
Okay.
Like your 401ks, your IRAs.
Right.
And those withdrawals are taxable. But if you use a fixed indexed annuity to satisfy those RMDs, those distributions are going to be coming from the annuity, which is tax deferred.
So it's like a 2-for-1.
Yeah, exactly. You're meeting your IRS requirements, and you're also, taking advantage of the tax benefits of the annuity.
Right.
It's a win-win.
Now, you've been laying out all these benefits.
Yeah.
It sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it can be a great tool.
But I imagine, it's not all sunshine and roses.
Well, I mean, no investment is perfect, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's really important to emphasize that fixed indexed annuities, they can be complex. There are a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
And I would never recommend that anybody just jump into this without talking to a qualified professional.
Right. So talk to someone who knows what they're doing.
Absolutely. Talk to a financial advisor, an annuity specialist, somebody who can really help you understand the ins and outs.
Someone who can walk you through all the fine print.
Exactly. All the fine print, all the details.
Yeah.
Because, it's important to make sure that this is the right fit for you.
Okay.
It's not right for everybody.
Right.
But for the right person, it can be a really valuable tool.
So we've learned about fixed indexed annuities with a guaranteed lifetime withdrawal benefit.
Right.
A lot of benefits here.
Yeah, a lot of benefits.
Growth potential, guaranteed income, some tax advantages, some peace of mind.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's all about, finding the right tools to help you navigate retirement.
Right.
And for some people, a fixed indexed annuity might be that tool.
So what's your kind of parting thought for our listeners?
I would just encourage everybody to really think about their own individual situation. What are your goals? What's your risk tolerance? What are your concerns?
Right.
And then, take that information, talk to a financial professional, and see if a fixed indexed annuity might be a good fit for you.
So really just, keep learning, keep researching.
Absolutely.
And see if this fits your needs.
Yeah, knowledge is power, right?
It is.
The more you know, the better decisions you can make.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, it was my pleasure.
This has been a fascinating deep dive into fixed indexed annuities with a guaranteed lifetime withdrawal benefit.
Absolutely.
Until next time, keep on learning.
Take care.
Bye-bye.